of the way.
I thought the bench gave us a great lift tonight. Obviously, they got off to a great start. We didn't. But to fight ourselves back into it, I mean, if you go down 15-2 or whatever it was, you run the risk of really digging a hole, and we were able to scrape back in, took a lead by halftime. And I thought that first bench group that went in there really kind of stabilized the game with their effort and physicality.
Just defensively, it seemed like you guys played solid defense, and it was just high-level shot making. What did you see from Houston in terms of being able to break away in overtime?
Yeah, I thought, there was high-level shot making on some plays. I thought there were other plays where we had breakdowns, stuff we can learn from. You can't score 132 on shot making. There's got to be some bleeding in there, and there was. So definitely stuff that we can learn from. Credit them. They did a really good job of getting to their stuff, putting us in tough spots. So they went and got that game. They deserve that game.
People often say, like, a guy's just a shooter, sort of in a negative connotation, which is kind of weird for a guy like Isaiah Joe, who's an elite guy. Over the course of, like, just having him in the program, where have you seen the most growth from him? And then what do you think of the dunk tonight?
Great dunk. The physicality that he plays with, he just empties the tank, and you just got to respect it, because every time he goes out there and plays, he's giving you everything he has, and he's, shorter, slighter, and yet squeezes every last ounce out of himself. And to me, that's like the ultimate mark of a competitor, So he obviously had a good offensive night, made some big shots for us. Thought the dunk really gave us some confidence and juice there in the second or whenever that was. But every single night he brings it. He's a big time player.
Obviously, there are things that you guys could have done better, but for the most part, it seemed like this game just came down to making tough shots. Is that something that you feel, or, like I said, obviously you guys there are things that you could have done better, but.
Every night there's, a combination of things you can control and things you can't. And we want to be a team that looks at the stuff we can control. We just never want to turn the page and chalk an entire game up to luck or shot making or refs or anything like that. We want to be a team that takes full accountability for what we can. We do that after wins. We do that after losses. We'll do that after this one.
Can you walk me through the early subs in the first quarter?
I didn't think we had great energy to start the game. I usually try to sub quicker on a back-to-back anyways, shorten rotations, especially in the first half. But I think when you get off to a start like that, where we're clearly flat, I was going to get those guys. That was the normal pattern I was going to do. I just did it earlier. And I think it gives guys an opportunity to go in and elevate the game, and I thought that's what happened. Those guys did a great job. It allows the guys that came out of the game early to kind of get a deep breath, reset, and then when they came back in, they were better. So I thought everyone responded, exactly like we hoped with that.
Seemed like they were trying to, the Rockets were trying to, like, really make the game more physical, and you guys reacted to it pretty well. What are your thoughts on you guys' physicality tonight?
Yeah, they definitely, set the more physical tone at the outside of the game, but then in the meat of the game, I thought we did a really good job of matching and exceeding their physicality in a lot of ways. We built a lead and gained control of the game for a large part of that. Obviously, we weren't able to hold on at the end of regulation or in the overtime, but for a large part of the game, I thought we threw the punches and did a good job there.
Mark, Chet's only even had like less than a handful of games where he's even come close to fouling out of a game. Just with this being his first time, I wonder what you saw there from him in terms of the way he defended tonight, balanced fouling, defending, just the physicality in general, just how he handled all of that.
Yeah, I'd have to. I don't remember all of them, to be honest with you. One of them was offensive foul, right? The illegal screen, so that one isn't defensive related, but it's one of those things that's, to your point, a little bit of an anomaly, so we're not going to overreact to it. He's very rarely in foul trouble. They did a good job of recognizing his foul trouble and putting him in tough spots. I thought they played, Houston played with great intelligence tonight. I give them a lot of credit for how they played the game, but we stayed aggressive with him through the fouls. We tried to keep him out there as much as we could. It's a good game he can learn from, not really the foul trouble, but the way that they guarded us with the cross matching.